Hi there, everybody. Welcome to the Country Music Time Machine. This is Kevin, and it's the time of year where Americans celebrate their independence from the old British. And today we're taking another look at some of the most patriotic songs in country music history. This is Patriotic Country Songs 2. Unlike many other musical genres, there are many patriotic songs in country music history. I think there are more recently than there were back in the times of the past. But if you like to wave the red, white, and blue, like I do, I'm sure you will enjoy these songs. Please remember, the only way this channel can survive is with your support. Please subscribe and tell all your friends about all the fun we have on the Country Music Time Machine. You know, if I do 10 episodes of patriotic country songs, every one of them will probably include one from Toby Keith. Toby was outspoken and he loved his country. The second release from his Shock and Y'all album is a perfect patriotic country song that honors the sacrifice of military personnel. Let's listen to Toby Keith. Here is American Soldier.
I'm just trying to be a father, raise a daughter and a son, be a lover to their mother, everything to everyone, up and at 'em bright and early. I'm all business in my suit. Yeah, I'm dressed up for success, from my head down to my boots. I don't do it for the money, there's bills that I can't pay. I don't do it for the glory, I just do it anyway. Providing for our futures, my responsibility. Yeah, I'm real good under pressure, being all that I can be. I can't call in sick on Mondays when the weekend's been too strong. I just work straight through the holidays, sometimes all night long. You can bet that I stand ready when the wolf growls at the door. Hey, I'm solid, hey, I'm steady, hey, I'm true down to the core. And I will always do my duty, no matter what the price. I've counted up the cost, I know the sacrifice. Oh, and I don't want to die for you, but if dying's asking me, I'll bear that cross with honor, 'cause freedom don't come free. I'm an American soldier, an American. Beside my brothers and my sisters, I will proudly take a stand. When liberty's in jeopardy, I will always do what's right. I'm out here on the front lines, sleep in peace tonight. American soldier, I'm an American soldier. Yeah, an American soldier, an American. Beside my brothers and my sisters, I will proudly take a stand. When liberty's in jeopardy, I will always do what's right. I'm out here on the front line, so sleep in peace tonight. American soldier, I'm an American, an American. An American soldier.
Quite often, patriotic songs can cause a lot of controversy. When Shelley Wright released The Bumper of My SUV in 2005, it stirred up controversy for many reasons. According to Wright, the song was directly inspired by a real-life incident. She recounted to Billboard magazine that in mid-2003, while driving in Nashville, a minivan driver, oh, those wild minivan drivers, behind her noticed the Marine Corps sticker on her bumper. The sticker had been sent to Wright by her brother, a Marine, before he deployed to Iraq. Wright described how the woman began aggressively honking, swerving, and flashing her lights. Initially, Wright thought that she might have cut the woman off due to her own self-proclaimed really bad driving. However, when the woman finally pulled alongside her and motioned for her to roll down her window, she screamed, "Your war is wrong. You're a baby killer." Wright went home immediately and wrote the song. Now, there is more controversy about this song, so I encourage you to look it up when you get a chance. But right now, let's enjoy Shelley Wright with The Bumper of My SUV.
I've got a bright red sticker on the back of my car, says United States Marines. And yesterday a lady in a minivan held up her middle finger at me. Does she think she knows what I stand for, or the things that I believe? Just by looking at a sticker for the U.S. Marines on the bumper of my SUV. See my brother Chris, he's been in for more than 14 years now. Our dad was in the Navy during Vietnam, did his duty, then he got out. And my grandpa earned his Purple Heart on the beach of Normandy. That's why I've got a sticker for the U.S. Marines on the bumper of my SUV. But that doesn't mean that I want war. I'm not Republican or Democrat, but I've gone all around this crazy world just to try to better understand. And yes, I do have questions. I get to ask them because I'm free. That's why I've got a sticker for the U.S. Marines on the bumper of my SUV. 'Cause I've been to Hiroshima, and I've been to the DMZ. I've walked on the sand in Baghdad, still don't have all of the answers I need. But I guess I wanna know where she's been before she judges and gestures to me. 'Cause she don't like my sticker for the U.S. Marines on the bumper of my SUV. So I hope that lady in her minivan turns on her radio and hears this from me as she picks up her kids from their private school and drives home safely on our city streets. or to the building where her church group meets. Yeah, that's why I've got a sticker for the U.S. Marines on the bumper of my SUV.
Tim McGraw has made lots of great songs over the decades, and one theme of many of them is how powerful they are. If You're Reading This was released in 2007, and it's a tribute to the families of soldiers who have died.
You're reading this, my mama's sitting there. Looks like I only got a one-way ticket over here. Sure wish I could give you one more kiss. And war was just a game we played when we were kids. Well, I'm laying down my gun, I'm hanging up my boots. I'm up here with God and we're both watching over you. So lay me down in that open field out on the edge of town. And oh, my soul is where my mama always prayed that it would go. But if you're reading this, I'm already home. You're reading this halfway around the world. I won't be there to see the birth of our little girl. I hope she looks like you. I hope she fights like me and stands up for the innocent and the weak. I'm laying down my gun, hanging up my boots. Tell Dad I don't regret that I followed in his shoes. So lay me down in that open field out on the edge of town. And oh, my soul, my mom always prayed that it would go. If you're reading this, I'm already home. If you're reading this, there's gonna come a day you move on and find someone else, and that's okay. Just remember this, I'm in a better place. The soldiers live in peace and angels sing amazing grace. So lay me down in that open field out on the edge of town. And oh, my soul is where my mom always prayed that it would go. If you're reading this, if you're reading this, I'm already home.
It's time to jump back into the country music time machine and head back to 1966 for a song from Jim Reeves that made it to #1 after his plane crash death in 1964. The song tells the story of a man facing the prospect of war and urging his sweetheart to marry him before he has to leave. Let's enjoy Distant Drums.
I hear the sound of distant drums far away, far away, and if they call for me to come, then I must go, and you must stay. So marry, marry me, let's not wait. Let's share all the time we can before it's too late. Love me now, for now is all the time there may be. If you love me, marry, marry, marry me. I hear the sound of bugles blow far away, far away, and if they call, then I must go across the sea, so wild and gray. So marry, marry me, let's not wait, for the distant drums might change our wedding day. And love me now, for now is all the time there may be. If you love me, marry, marry, marry me.
The next song is not a patriotic song at all, but it gets played all the time around the 4th of July. Independence Day by Martina McBride won the CMA Award for Song of the Year in 1995. The Independence Day song about in this song is about the independence from an abusive and alcoholic father. Let's listen to that signature song with those powerful vocals from Martina McBride.
Well, she seemed alright by dawn's early light, but she looked a little worried and weak. She tried to pretend he wasn't drinking again, but Daddy left the proof on her cheek. And I was only 8 years old that summer, and I always seemed to be in the way. So I took myself down to the fair in town on Independence Day. Well, word gets around in a small, small town. They said he was a dangerous man, but Mama was proud and she stood her ground. She knew she was on the losing end. Some folks whispered, some folks talked, but everybody looked the other way. When time ran out, there was no one about on Independence Day. Let freedom ring, let the white earth sing, let the whole world know that today took down some names and sent me to the county home. Now I ain't saying it's right or it's wrong, but maybe it's the only way. Talk about your revolution. It's Independence Day. Let freedom ring, let the white house sing, let the whole world know that today is a day of a reckoning. Let the weak be strong, let the right be wrong. Roll the stone away, the guilty pay. It's Independence Day. Roll the stone away. It's Independence Day.
The next song is a powerful one from Alan Jackson that he wrote about how he felt about the 2001 terrorist attacks. He said, "I didn't want to write a patriotic song, and I didn't want it to be vengeful either, but I didn't want to forget about how I felt and how I knew other people felt that day on September 11, 2001. Let's listen to one of the many #1 songs from Alan Jackson, Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning?
Where were you when the world stopped turning that September day? Out in the yard, your wife and children working on some stage in L.A. Did you stand there in shock at the sight of that black smoke rising against that blue sky? Did you shout out in anger and fear for your neighbor? Or did you just sit down and cry? Did you weep for the children who lost their dear loved ones? Pray for the ones who don't know? Did you rejoice for the people who walked from the rubble and sob for the ones left below? Did you burst out in pride for the red, white, and blue, and the heroes who died just doing what they do? Did you look up to heaven for some kind of answer and look at yourself and what really matters? I'm just a singer of simple songs. I'm not a real political man. I watch CNN, but I'm not sure I can tell you the difference in Iraq and Iran. But I know Jesus and I talk to God, and I remember this from when I was young. Faith, hope, and love are some good things He gave us, and the greatest is love. Where were you when the world stopped turning that September day? Teaching a class full of innocent children, driving down some cold interstate. Did you feel guilty cause you're a survivor? In a crowded room, did you feel alone? Did you call up your mother and tell her you loved her? Did you dust off that Bible at home? Did you open your eyes, hope it never happened? Close your eyes and not go to sleep? Did you notice the sunset the first time in ages? Speak to some stranger on the street? Did you lay down at night and think of tomorrow? Go out and buy you a gun? Did you turn off that violent old movie you're watching? Turn on I Love Lucy reruns? Did you go to a church and hold hands with some stranger? Stand in line and give your own blood? Did you just stay home and cling tight to your family? Thank God you had somebody to love. I'm just a singer of simple songs. I'm not a real political man. I watch CNN, but I'm not sure I can tell you the difference in Iraq and Iran. But I know Jesus and I talk to God, and I remember this from when I was young. Faith, hope, and love are some good things He gave us, and the greatest is love. I'm just a singer of simple songs. I'm not a real political man. I watch CNN, but I'm not sure I could tell you the difference in Iraq and Iran. But I know Jesus and I talk to God, and I remember this from when I was young. Faith, hope, and love are some good things He gave us, and the greatest is love. The greatest is love. The greatest is love. Where were you when the world stopped turning that September day?
Charlie Daniels may have been more of a peace-loving hippie in his younger days, but as he got older, he got very patriotic. The song In America that was released in 1980 was his reaction to the problems of the era, including the Iran hostage crisis. If you like a rockin' country patriotic song, you're gonna love this one.
The eagle's been flying slow, and the flag's been flying low, and a lot of people saying that America's fixing to fall. But speaking just for me, and some people from Tennessee, we got a thing or two to tell you all. This lady might have stumbled, but she ain't never failed. And if the Russians don't believe it, they can all go straight to hell. We're gonna put her feet back on the path of righteousness, and then God bless America again. And you never did think that it ever would happen again. In America, did you? You never did think that we'd ever get together again. But we damn sure proved you. We're talking real loud and we're walking real proud again. In America, you never did think that it ever would happen again. From the Sound up in Long Island, out to San Francisco Bay, and everything that's in between them is our home. And we may have done a little bit of fighting amongst ourselves, but you outside people best leave us alone. Cause we'll all stick together, and you take that to the bank. That's the cowboys and the hippies, and the rebels and the Yanks. You just go and lay your hand on a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and I think you're gonna find they understand. And you never did think that it ever would happen again. In America, did you? You never did think that we'd ever get together again. And we damn sure proved you. We're walking real proud and we're talking real loud again. In America, you never did think that it ever would happen again. You never did think that it ever would happen again. In America, did you? You never did think that we'd ever get together again. Well, we damn sure proved you. We're walking real proud and we're talking real loud again. In America, you never did think that it ever would happen again.
The next song has been mentioned many times here on this channel, and for good reason. The Statler brothers released More Than a Name on a Wall in 1989, and it was a top 10 country hit. I have visited that Vietnam War Memorial in D.C. many times, and this song is about a mother visiting the Vietnam Wall to see her son's name.
This song is for all of those whose names are there, and for all of those who risked having their names there on the wall.
I saw her from a distance as she walked up to the wall. In her hand she held some flowers as her tears began to fall. Then she took out pen and paper as to trace her memories. Then she looked up to heaven, and the words she said were these. She said, Lord, my boy was special, and he meant so much to me. And oh, I'd love to see him just one more time. You see, all I have are the memories and the moments to recall. Tell him he's more than a name on a wall. She said he really missed the family and being home on Christmas Day, and he died for God and country in a place so far away. I remember just a little boy playing war since he was 3. But Lord, this time I know he's not coming home to me. And she said, Lord, my boy was special, and he meant so much to me. And oh, I'd love to see him, but I know it just can't be. So I thank you for my memories and the moments to recall. But Lord, could you tell him he's more than a name on a wall? Lord, could you tell him he's more than a name on a wall?
We continue looking at some of the most patriotic songs in country music history, and this song has been mentioned several times. This song is powerful, haunting, and patriotic. It tells the story of a man finding a note in the glove compartment of an old car he buys. The note was written by the car's former owner, Private Malone, a veteran who died fighting in the Vietnam War. There is incredible storytelling in this song. This song was released 12 days before September 11, 2001, and became a hit for David Ball.
I was just out of the service, thumbing through the classifieds, when an ad that said old Chevy somehow caught my eye. The lady didn't know the year or even if it ran, but I had that $1,000 in my hand. It was way back in the corner of this old ramshackle barn, with 30 years of dust and dirt on that green army tarp. And when I pulled the cover off, it took away my breath. What she called a Chevy was a '66 Corvette. And I felt a little guilty as I counted out the bills. What a thrill I got when I sat behind the wheel. I opened up the glove box, and that's when I found the note. The date was 1966, and this is what he wrote. He said, my name is Private Andrew Malone, and if you're reading this, then I didn't make it home. But for every dream that's shattered, another one comes true. This car was once a dream of mine, now it belongs to you. Though you may take her and make her your own, you'll always be riding with Private Malone. Well, it didn't take me long at all, I had her running good. I love to hear those horses thunder underneath her hood. I had her shining like a diamond, and I'd put the ragtop down. All the pretty girls would stop and stare as I drove her through town. The buttons on the radio didn't seem to work quite right, but it picked up that oldie show, especially late at night. I'd get the feeling sometimes if I turned real quick I'd see a soldier riding shotgun in the seat right next to me. It was a young man named Private Andrew Malone, who fought for his country and never made it home. But for every dream that's shattered, another one comes true. This car was once a dream of his back when it was new. He told me to take her and make her my own, and I was proud to be riding with Private Malone. But one night it was raining hard, I took the curve too fast. I still don't remember much about that fiery crash, but someone said they thought they saw a soldier pull me out. They didn't get his name, but I know without a doubt it was a young man named Private Andrew Malone, who fought for his country and never made it home. But for every dream that's shattered, another one comes true. This car was once a dream of his back when it was new, and I know I wouldn't be here if he hadn't tagged along. Oh, thank God I was riding with Private Malone.
And that's all we have right now for the episode 2 of some of the most patriotic songs in country music history. As always, comments are welcome. Just pop in your comments down below. We read every single one of them. But let's close out this patriotic episode with one from the Man in Black and his tribute to the red, white, and blue.
I thank God for all the freedoms we've got in this country. I cherish them and treasure them. Even the rights to burn the flag, you know. I'm proud of those rights. But I tell you what, we've also got, let me tell you something. Shh. We've also got a right to bear arms, and if you burn my flag, I'll shoot you. But I'll shoot you with a lot of love like a good American. After such a trip overseas in 1975, I wrote this. I walked through a county courthouse square, and on a park bench, an old man was sitting there. I said, "Your old courthouse is kind of run down." He said, "No, it'll do for our little town." I said, "Your old flagpole's kind of leaned a little bit, and that's a ragged old flag you got hanging on it." He said, "Have a seat," and I sat down. "Is this the first time you've come to our little town?" I said, "I think it is." He said, "I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that ragged old flag." You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got powder burn the night Francis got keys. Set up watching it writing, say can you see? Got a little rip in New Orleans with Pakenham and Jackson tugging at its seams. It almost fell at the Alamo beside the Texas flag, but she waved on though. It got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville. Got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard on that ragged old flag. On Flanders Field in World War I, she took a bad hit from a Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp and low by the time that one was through. She was in Korea, Vietnam. She went where she was sent by her Uncle Sam. The Native American Indians, the blacks, the yellow, the white, all shed red blood for the Stars and Stripes. And in her own good land here, she's been abused. She's been burned, dishonored, denied, refused. And the very government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. And she's getting threadbare and she's wearing kind of thin, but she's in good shape for the shape she's in. Because she's been through the fire before, and she can take a whole lot more. So we raise her up every morning and we bring her down slowly every night. We don't let her touch the ground and we fold her upright. On second thought, I guess I do like to brag, because I'm mighty proud of that ragged old flag.